section 6/7 puck replacement. I've already loosened the bolts, or the nuts anyway, but you can see the rubbing on the north side of this connector, and you can see the rubber here, and obviously lots of salt buildup and other corrosion. Now we're at the south side, and same thing, you can see some rubber dust build up here and none on this side. So this side is loose, this side is still tight. So south side puck, the eastern section is locked and I have to use the pry bar to undo it. Okay, now that the bolts are out of both pucks, we will attempt to first whack the pucks out with a mallet, and if that fails, we'll try something else. It's recording. Okay, that's not doing anything. Our mallet did not work, so now we're going to plan B using a come along. That's like a $40 device. Pretty straightforward. We don't really care which puck comes out first, so we're connected to both of them equally. If we wanted to only remove one puck, we could use some sort of support bracket to prevent the opposite side from being damaged from the pressure. Also, soap. We use lots of soap during this process. And as we put tension on the system, the dock itself moves, which is fine. And then we prevent the puck from sliding backwards by putting a bolt in the empty area. Okay, this puck fell right out with tensioning. That puck is still in there. We're going to keep our strap system in place and attach this side through a bolt and continue the tensioning process. Okay, everything's working good, but you can see that our dock is separated quite a bit, so we actually repositioned the anchor bolt on this side. Now we can continue our tensioning. It really doesn't want to come out. So straps and prying. There it goes. Okay, both pucks are out. This is the south side. And if you recall, this section was loose, and it's relatively clean. This section is tight, and there is just tons of corrosion in there. So tight side, loose side. Loose side is clean relative to the tight side. Same thing on the north side. The tight side, you can see, has more rubber buildup, but it's relatively clean, whereas the tight side is just corroded with, I mean, that's a 1/4 inch of corrosion / salt buildup there. And the tight side, loose side. Here's a view from the top, and a view from that top, and a view of something pretty. We're using this cleat as a temporary bracket to hold the ducts in place. We're looking for a height differential about even, and then we're also looking for a space here larger than 1/2 inch, which will allow our puck to slide in hopefully freely, but obviously we know there's some resistance here. But we do this in order to get the puck in, and this is temporary, and we know that we could use a better bracket, but that's just what we have today. Our new hardware, we have this greasy Corbin stuff on all our washers ready to go. Brand new bolts, and our nuts, we're using anti-seize. This is standard boat soap, and we're finding it to be a great lubricant for our brand new pucks. Okay, these are clean. We are we've got a temporary bracket to keep the docks even. Lots of soap. Don't be scared of using too much soap. Do not drip it on your shoes because your shoes are not waterproof. And I'm going to try not to drop it in the water when I'm on video. So we added more soap, used a pry bar here, and then we have a tire iron that works perfectly for this. And then we're just going to get bolts only on one side for now, because we still need to get this one even over here. And getting this puck in took probably 5 minutes in total. Soap was good. Okay, one puck is in with only bolts on one side. And now we're going to install the second puck. And we have a temporary bracket. This gap is larger than 1/2 inch, and the docks are relatively even in height. Lots of soap. Okay, so both pucks are in. Now we just need to finagle the dock into alignment and slide in the last 4 bolts. And we're doing that with pry bars and teamwork. Tools we use to do final touches on our bolt securing the pucks. As we as we thread the nut onto the bolt, we ensure that we don't compress the aluminum brackets at all. We just want the washers to touch snugly, and we have 0 compression. We don't want the aluminum bracket to bend in on the puck. We just want it snug. Okay, that is the completion of our dock puck replacement video. This is just for reference. This is the inside dock of the same marina. So same system, slightly few variations here. You can see that this rail is much closer, so there's no leveraging point. This dock was due to change based on Structure Marine's annual inspection. This dock puck, and it looks extremely clean relative to what we were seeing on the Wave Attenuator. So hopefully this one goes easier. Bolts came right out, no problems. And it looks like I can just tap it. Yeah. Okay, that's from the main walkway here on G-Dock. And let's see what we got. So very little wear and tear relative to what we were seeing on the Wave Attenuator. You can tell that this is an old style puck because it doesn't have the center ridge, and we'll replace that here in a second. I'm about 10 minutes deep into this project. Okay, I soaped up the new puck and I went to put it in and it's not fitting, and I believe I have, well, I was under the impression that these were larger than the old pucks just by a 1/16 of an inch, but they look virtually the same size. Let me try this again. Okay, it's not going in. I'm gonna try to spread the aluminum channel ever so slightly with the crowbar. Okay, I spread it using a crowbar. I spread the aluminum channel a little bit, and then as I was easily knocking the puck in, I realized I didn't have my balancing support there. But it did go in very easily with a little mallet, and I'm about 15 minutes deep on this project. We are wrapped up. Got my Corbane grease on there. Bolts are snug but not over tightened, and overall that took me 20 minutes. I just have to put the deck boards back on and my my channel plates there, my channel covers, and that was easy. All right, sorry, I almost dropped my phone in the water there. So this one's not coming out as easy as one would hope. You can kind of see my contraption here. All the different cables and piping make it difficult to get any pry bars in there. So I think I need to take these clamps off, which I worry will break as soon as I torque them. But I need to take those off so I can move these cables further out of the way. And I think my tensioning system's good. I switched the direction just then because it was coming from here, which made the puck come out at that angle. We'll see what happens. Ten minutes later. Okay, that was a pain in the butt, but we got it. See, one side